So we're going to be playing through Griftlands for the next few days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday streams at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 3 hours, just like normal. This is made by Klei, the guys who did Don't Starve. They did Oxygen Not Included. They did Mark of the Ninja, Shank, if you're old school Klei fans. And these guys actually reached out and wanted to sponsor some of the streams. I was like super happy about that. So thank you, Klei, for the support. I love this company, so it's like an absolute no-brainer. And before we start, I'm actually going to reset my progress. I'm going to reset my profile so that everything is fresh for everyone. So if we're just going through this for the first time, we're all on the same page. So you love Don't Starve? Yeah. Luckless and I tried Don't Starve together for a little bit. Turned into a total disaster for us, but was fun nonetheless. Okay, so we're going to start with Sal. You can see 3 potential unlocks here. Sal's an up-and-comer looking to make her mark on the world. I'll also tell you guys, you're going to see in the chat from time to time a link that comes up if you want to check out the game. And I have a panel down below the stream that you can just click on and go check out the game on Steam if you're into it. C'est bon? C'est bon. We won't continue an existing run. We're going to start a new run and go from there. Is it a story-based game? Yes. You'll see it's unique. It's unique. I wish I knew how to clip because I'd have clipped the sniffy transition. Somebody will teach you. I believe in it. Hey, Clockwork, Bone, Simmer, thank you guys so much. Indian Scout Bobber question. Can a 6-foot tall guy comfortably ride the bobber? Yes, I'm 6 foot exactly. So, should be good. Okay, now, one of the things about this game is you're, at the same time, you're building 2 decks. All right, you're building a negotiation deck, which you use for your, arguments. And then you're building a battle deck, which you use for fights. There's these other things that are locked. I haven't gotten to those yet. Pretty excited to. But you'll see how this plays in right away.
You're a bounty hunter. You escaped a life of indentured labor by hunting criminals and debt dodgers. The work has earned you your freedom, if not any friends.
If not any friends.
Now you're back home, for the first time in 10 years. But freedom comes with its own dangers, and making a living in Haveria won't be easy. Here, the gangs are feral. The law enforcement are corrupt, and the people are treated like chattel, indebted to merciless criminals.
Chattel is a very underused word, in my opinion.
Criminals like
if we could just work that into our chat today, that would be great.
Sold you to the Derricks in the first place. But now, Cassio's grip has weakened, and there's a bounty on her head too rich to ignore. You'll die before you go into debt again. And so will she.
Thank you, Tornado.
Have your say.
So Cassio.
Your first stop is a dive called the Grogendog, where an old friend will help you get your revenge, provided you can prove yourself.
Okay, let's roll. At first sniff, the Grogendog smells like stale hops and dried blood. Well, okay. Should I be doing full voice acting for this? Do you guys want to be severely impressed or horribly mortified at the voice acting that I can pull off? Which one do you want? Because it's going to be the same no matter what I do. Mortified. Okay. I don't know how she would speak, but let's see. Well, look what the tide dredged up. By the holy brine. I'd tear up if it weren't dead inside. It's damn good to see you looking well. You have a plan to get on your feet? I do. That bounty on Kashio. How do we... Forget it. You might have grown up strong, but you ain't that strong. That's not going to stop you from trying, is it? If you want a chance at surviving this, you better make yourself some friends. Fast. I can help you with that. Knew I could count on you. Shh. Thanks, Tornado. She hauls out a flimsy old box sodden with some stain or another and invites you to look inside. Totally not her voice. That could be narrator voice, but you know. Have a look in the lost and found. Something's bound to be in your size. Okay, so first choice we need to make. Do we want 100 shills up here? We can upgrade one of our negotiation cards, or we can upgrade a battle card. So a negotiation deck is here. A lot of these terms aren't going to make sense to you if you've never seen the game, but I'll explain it once we get into actually using them. And then we have our battle deck. So remember, we're building both at the same time. Like most deck building games, there's opportunity to add cards and remove cards, but there's also like card XP, and the more you actually play a card, the more it upgrades. It becomes a little bit stronger. So it's a unique take that I haven't seen before. So we'll see if we can pull that off. I don't know if we need 100 chills. I don't know what the best option is, but let's upgrade. Let's do a negotiation card upgrade. Swing people to your right, to your side, and you might just have a chance. All right, what do we want to upgrade? So composure is kind of like your defense in an argument, and you have a certain amount of composure. If that drops to 0, you can't argue anymore, and you lose. This up here is like the strength or the damage range of the card. Some cards have a range, some cards are flat damage. Improvise, we choose one of 3 cards to put into our hand, and then our instincts card gives us one of these 2, and these each have their own impact as well. I'm going to actually maybe upgrade one of these. Add 4 composure to all of your arguments and expend, which means you can only use it once per negotiation or battle. Or you can add 6 composure to everything. I won't going to get too deep into this until we actually see the mechanic, because it's going to be confusing to you guys. But I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one. Now, we can ask about some different things in the world, but I think for now... Holy smokes, Dooger. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Thank you. $70? Thanks, Dodo. That's very generous. Thank you so much. Let's get work from... And then we'll ask about some stuff a little bit later on. I got people in my pocket who owe me a favor. Urbla, Teak, and Ash. They're easy people to find. Tell them I sent you and they can settle their tabs by giving you work. Get that done and I'll get you a plate of popped Oshnu eyes on the house. Now what I like about this, you can highlight over these guys. Anything that's different colored. You can get an idea of what they are. Definitions sometimes, like Oshnu, the domesticated giant snail used for food, transport, and entertainment. Obviously. Bless your warty hide, fish. I'll hold you to that. Sam, no, you haven't missed anything. We just started. We just started. How's the volume? Are we cool? Do you guys need me to make any adjustments here? Sounds delicious. Where's her eye? Good question. Maybe we'll find out later. Sound is good? Okay, excellent. So we can kind of travel wherever we want on here and attempt these different quests. It gives you a focus, so either battle or negotiation. It tells you what the rewards are. So you pick a card to help on your quest. 65 shills, restoration to restore health or resolve. This one is 60 shills, pick a card and upgrade a card. And then this one, this is battle and negotiation for debt collection. Let's start up here. All of these are rated like the same difficulty. Let's go up here because we'll have battle and negotiation. We could dive into both. So Urbla lent Pazlock 97 shills. Retrieve the money if you can, or make an example of Pazlock to make Urbla happy. Get a new card, Hit Flask, where you gain an influence. Expend, and then destroy it after 3 uses. Let's try it. Now, along the way to these things, we can have like random encounter battles and stuff as well. So this is the proprietor here. Like most foremen, Goad prefers folks who can get the job done. Goad nods in acknowledgement of your presence. Well, it's a start. So I don't know if this guy is part of this, but another thing this game has is like relationships. And when you get a character to like you, they give you like a passive bonus for the rest of your run. And if a character hates you, then there's like a deficit that you're going to have for the rest of your run. This guy works here, Gura. If the strain in his brow is anything to go by, Gura might be open to a new line of work. Another day in the feud. Very chatty individual. Okay, so let's see here. We could take the mission. Let's see what Herbla's all about. Might call Herbla Radiant, but that's probably just the radiation. Day to you. Opportunity deck collection. Word is you got work for me? I'm happy to help if the price is right. I lent Pazlock 97 shills and they're past due in paying me back. Do you want to see if you can go collect on it? No problem. What do you want me to do if they don't have it, though? Make an example out of them so folks don't start thinking I'm a charitable operation. Either way, you'll get yourself paid because I know you're no charity yourself. Hey, Citrus. Thanks, man. How you doing? You personally prefer colorblind mode in the game, even though I'm not colorblind because the color looks better. That's a new one. That's a new one. Okay, Herbla lent Pazlock 97 shills. Retrieve the money if you can, or make an example of Pazlock to make Herbla happy. Fine. Fine. Let's pick a card. Remove target opponent's composure. So this is pretty nice, actually. This is pretty nice. Double composure on all arguments is good. This is like your... Remember, composure is like defense for arguments. And then spend 2 combo. This card costs 0. Combo points are accumulated until they are spent by a finisher. Lose half your combo whenever you take damage. I'm going to try low blow here. It's got decent damage output as well as removing composure. Note the titles too, like... Yeah, it'll make sense when we get in there. No, I won't get too ahead of myself. Okay. So now we need to find this mission over here. Debt collection. Are they speaking Simblish? Something like that. Okay, so here's Pazlock. Let's get up here. Some folks look like they can handle the rough life more than others. Pazlock, yeah, he'll do. Didn't think my day would involve a grifter dealing. Let's confront him. You know, Herbla, she's hired me to collect. Personally, I'd like this to go easy, but I'll leave it up to you. I have it. I was planning on taking it to Herbla direct as soon as I got off shift. Why should I give it to you? What guarantee do I have that you're on the level? Okay, so we have a choice. We can either try to convince him through arguments, or we can fight more traditionally. It gives you a little bit of a rating, 1 through 5 stars, of how difficult it'll be. In an argument, you can see your resolve differences. So what do you guys... I'll let chat decide. What do you guys want to see first? Do you want to see a negotiation, or do you want to see a battle? This game is gorgeous. Yeah, these guys, like, Klei always has the cool art style, you know? I feel like most of chat is going to say, like, negotiation. Yeah, okay, everybody. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll definitely go that route. I personally like going that way. It's something unique that we haven't seen before. So I'm gonna walk us through the tutorial. I think there's like 4 steps or something. That way we're all on the same page.
Each turn, you draw 5 cards from the draw pile and use action points to play them.
Okay. Actions down here. This is the cost of the card in the top left.
You win a negotiation by destroying your opponent's core resolve. Your resolve carries over between negotiations. If you have no
World
resolve,
peace.
you can no longer negotiate.
We all know that's possible. If you have no resolve, you can no longer negotiate.
Your opponent's intents for the next turn are shown in their inner ring.
So outer ring is, well, it'll tell us, but this is what they're going to do to us next. And sometimes they have a timer, like this is going to hit in 3 turns. This is hitting now, that kind of thing.
You and your opponent can deploy arguments to help win the negotiation. Arguments can be attacked or defended like the core resolve.
So some of the arguments, this is like your core argument at the front. Some of these other arguments that come up can buff the character. So sometimes it's better to destroy these arguments instead of his actual resolve. Thanks, Gamer. Emerald as well. Thank you so much, you guys. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is showing here how much damage we're going to get. And when you highlight this, it shows the arrow that's causing that. Our core argument that we have is Sal's Savvy. So we gain 1 composure at the start of our turn, which gives us a little bit of extra defense that other characters that we eventually unlock will not have. Everyone's going to have different core arguments. His core argument is defensive, reducing your opponent's core argument resolve to 0 to win the negotiation. Gains 2 composure whenever Sal creates a new argument. Keep that in mind. And reduce resolve loss for 1 turn. Okay. His attack here essentially is his intent. He's going to do 4 resolve damage to us unless we can block it. And then this is going to happen in 1 turn from now. Okay. So what do we want to do here? So we have diplomacy cards. And we have hostile cards. And that's where these 2 come into play. So we can play Sal's Instinct to get an inspiration, which is going to give 2 influence. So all of our diplomacy cards would deal max damage. So instead of 1 to 3, this is going to deal the full 3 damage. Or we can go dominance, and that's going to change our hostile cards to do a +1 damage. So something like this would be okay. It's going to do 4 to 5. Something like this will do 2 to 5, so on and so forth. So I think let's throw this down. I don't have any like defense cards, unfortunately. And then what do we want to do here? I think instead of fast talk, we'll go dominance. This will cost 0, and then we can cast 2 of our hostile cards. We'll have to take some damage because I just don't have any composure cards, really. So let's play this. He's also going to take 2. And so now you see another argument popped up. Now this is important. This little section here that says resolve 2 of 2, that's essentially that argument's health, right? So if he wanted to, on his turn, he could make an attack towards this to get rid of this buff. And if he had any, we could do the same. Anyways, let's use this. We're not gonna, he doesn't have any, well, I guess he does. He has the 2 composure because we played this. This is gonna remove that, and then we'll follow up with a threat in here. So 2 to 5, let's roll high, baby. Okay. In my playtesting, when I was doing anything that had a range, I almost always hit the low end of the scale. So that was like, that's perfect streamer luck right there. So we go first, then the enemy goes. Okay. So he's got a new argument, resolve of 3. Diplomacy cards deal -1 damage with a minimum of 1 damage. Reduce suspicion by 1 at the beginning of Pazlok's turn. These are manipulate cards. We only have the 1 diplomacy card, so we can basically just not use that. He is going to hit us with 4 here. So I'm thinking we just do, instead of expending this card, let's just up our defense to negate that attack. One thing I want to see is, because I'm at 27 resolve here, we're going to go +4, but we're going to take 4. I wonder if I can increase that beyond. So we'll see if we go back up ahead of 27. And then we'll get some damage in here. It's minimal, but we'll take it. Okay, so no, it doesn't actually increase via these cards. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's well, let's see. We might actually be able to just kill him. We need 7 damage here. Okay, so let's do another one of these. And we'll go with dominance so that we can buff this card. 2 damage here, then we need 2 to 5, which could happen. I'll take it. Remember, every time we cast one of these, he's gaining that 2 composure, that extra block. Maybe we go quick thinking. We're going to improvise a card, so I don't know what it is we're going to play, but I mean, actually, to be fair, the safe play here is just to negate this damage. So let's just negate the damage and go next turn. What's up, James? Nando, thanks, man. Kill him with words? Yeah, no, basically. Basically. Okay, I need 3. Okay, cool. We owned. Pick a negotiation card. Attack a random enemy argument. Play 4 hostility cards in a single turn. So evoke means that it just gets played for free, essentially. Unplayable, cannot be played. That's going to be really tough. To play 4 hostility cards with only 3 actions, we'd have to have a lot of zeros, so I don't know that that's the right pick. The damage of the next card played this turn is doubled. Or attack once for each action available. So this would be basically, at current state, we'd be 3 to 6 damage for our whole turn. I think Evil Eye is probably the best one here. Sticks and stones may hurt me. Oh, that's actually a good, that's a good title, Breeze. That's a good title. Sticks and stones. That's like the equivalent. That's exactly what we're doing. Taking give it back to Herbla. I just want this to be over. Active objective, so we can return this and get our reward. Let's head out of here. Now, there's some other stuff here that we can manipulate. The thing is with Herbla and anybody, I think, we want to try to get these boons. So we want to build up our relationship with her or anybody so that we get that buff. If we try to pull something sketchy, like tell her we couldn't recoup the debt and we just keep it for ourselves, obviously our influence with this person is going to go down. Convince Herbla that you sent Pazlock a message, or we just deliver the money and she'll be happy. And I think for now, let's not mess up too much, shall we? Quest bonus hip flask. Thank you. And now she likes us. So I don't know if that's enough to get the buff. Let's see. No, I think she needs to love us. Where's the relationship deal here? Yeah. So she likes us. That's fine. Fish likes us. Herbla likes us. We need to get him to love us. And then we can get some of those buffs. Casio hates us. Not surprised. We'll learn that at the beginning. Thanks for your services, pal. Here's your cut. I'll be sure to mention you if anybody else needs work doing. You think we should just murder her, Kariak? Savage. Ooh. Just tell him to look out for Sal Derrick. That's an interesting last name. The surname given to all indentured workers consigned to the cult's offshore Lumen Derricks. They'll know me by the trail of satisfied customers I leave in my wake. So we can buy her love, chat. Should we buy her love? You were just looking at this game the other day. It looks awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It's really neat. It's 100 shills, man. That's everything that we have. You know what? I like my friends. I would give them all my money. Okay, so now at the start of every battle, gain 4 defense and 2 temporary power. Ooh, okay. That's really nice. So these are kind of like trinkets or artifacts, that kind of thing that you would find in other like deck builders. But you have to acquire them by getting characters to like you. I like that. That's cool. So your attack damage is increased by 1. But it's temporary. Okay. Let's see how that helps us. Very cool. I like that it tracks the reason too. The reason gave them a big gift. I hope I don't have to buy all of my friends. That would be horrible. Does Herbla need to be in the area? Or is this applied at all times? I think it's just applied at all times. I think it's like an ongoing thing. Okay, so you can see some more difficult things start to pop up. Some of them are limited times. Something special about this place. You could go here to gather your thoughts and strengthen your resolve. Recent fight took place here. Perhaps there's still some treasure to be found lying about. And then this is a more difficult mission. We can go back here at the Grog and Dog to pick up another mission. Or do this one here. We dropped a little bit of resolve. But I don't think we need to spend time going to pick that up right now. I think we'll take this and see what treasure might be lying around. Odd bottles his friends just like he buys us all as view bots. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Your contracts are running out though. You come across the signs of a recent battle. If there were any winners, they weren't the type to loot the battlefield. The bodies are still fresh, my favorite. Best to grab something and run before any beasts are drawn to the bloodshed. Okay, so basically... What's a kludger? Negotiation graft. So I don't know what grafts are. These are like a new thing I've never seen before. At the start of your turn, steal up to 4 composure from a random enemy argument. Okay. So I don't know if that's like permanent or how long that lasts for, but I think it's like a character-based upgrade. Search the crates for combat drone. Summons a combat drone to fight for you. When this card is drawn, you draw another card, but you can only play it once. And then it's gone like permanently for the entire run. Combat Gauze removes a random debuff. Same thing. You're going to destroy this card after 3 uses. And you do get to draw another card when you get this one. I kind of want to go for this. It says it's going to make us vulnerable, but I want to see how these grafts work. New graft installed, Kludger. We have grafts up here somewhere. Okay, grafts sound as crude as they are. Salvaged from Vagrant Tech and plugged straight into your spinal cord. They come in wholly advanced and black market bootstrap varieties depending on your resources. Okay, so we can have 3 negotiation grafts and 3 battle grafts. I like it. Bot payments matter. Are the bots going to unionize in chat? Mordecai, what's up, man? Thanks for gifting that sub, buddy. Are we a cyborg? I don't think we're a cyborg. It looks like we're... Well, I guess you could argue. We have enhancements. So yeah, okay. We could be a cyborg. You wrestle with the loot, lodged in the mud, even as a mournful howl cuts through the air. It isn't long before you're joined by the pack. Okay, so this is why... Okay, so when it said we're gonna be vulnerable, this is why. So that was the risk. And I don't know if that's guaranteed that we're gonna have to fight. I'm a little concerned because this is a 2-star battle, but I don't think I have a choice. You're plugging stuff into your spine. I think you're a cyborg. I mean, yeah, let's go with it. Okay, we'll show you the battle tutorial. It's very similar to the negotiation tutorial, but health instead of composure, and you don't have the argument circles to deal with.
Each turn, you draw 5 cards from the draw pile and use
Hey, Grizzly.
points to play them.
Hey, Cynthia. Okay, so that part's the same.
You can win a battle by killing all of your opponents.
Now
or
this.
by making them surrender. Enemies will surrender when their health dips below their panic threshold. Killing enemies may have diplomatic consequences.
I'm interested to see how this plays out, because I guess depending on maybe what type of enemy they are or what type of faction they're a part of, that's going to kind of dictate if we want to kill them or if we want to let them surrender. So we'll see.
You can preview what your enemies and allies will do on their next turn. Your allies all act before your enemies.
So allies first, then enemies, and we can see what they're going to do. So you're not going to kill them with sick burns? No, we're going to... These guys are impervious to sick burns, okay? impervious to sick burns. Okay, Wild Yote will panic after receiving 15 more damage. So this is their panic threshold, this little mountain icon. Death Loot. Gain this card whenever you murder Spitting Yote. Murder? Savage. Okay. Okay. Improvise a card. I wouldn't mind like a composure card here. So this is from the graft that we got. We're hitting a little bit harder. 4 to 7. How much damage is this guy doing? So this dude's dealing 4 damage. The one below is dealing 1. So let's try and see if we can get the guy up top. Okay, 5 is good, because that means I can at least get him to panic. Let's go here. Sick. Okay, so now we're going to take 1, which is doable. Vulnor means you take 1 extra damage when attacked. It might only apply to negotiations. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So we'll take 1. Acidic Slime. Every turn, 1 random card in your hand costs 1 more to be played. Yikes, dude. That ain't good. So these are the debuffs that we could look to get rid of. We're gonna have to go defense here. I only have 1 attack card. What do these ones do? Hammer Grip or Saber Grip. Deal 2 bonus damage if you have any combo. Gain 2 combo. Okay, so we're starting to see some like card synergies, but we don't have a lot of cards in general right now. Let's just do some damage, and then we'll apply 2 defense cards to offset his attack. Please make sure my dog stays decent according to terms of service. He's in the zone, man. He's out. Look at him. He's just having a super time. He's having the greatest time. Let's see here. Razor Spine. Can I deal 13? So I guess we kind of want to like, we want to try to like manipulate this threshold a little bit. Because if we deal the 9, he's going to run. Let's try this. Let's do this bleed. So at the beginning of their turn, they're going to take damage equal to the count of bleed, and then have the bleed count. Combo points are accumulated until they are spent by a finisher. Lose half of your combo whenever you take damage. We don't have any finishers, so it's like... Let's do this. And then if I can do like a... man, if we could get 5 here, that would be dope. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, he's going to flee this turn. Now, is that because of the way that the bleeding works? I'm going to see. I'm just going to go defense here and try to figure out how that bleeding impacts his panic. Rider with panic cannot act. Oh, maybe... Okay. Maybe panic's a little bit different than just the fleeing. I'm going to have to figure that out as we go. Hey, Grim, what's up, man? Yeah, so he did take off. Okay. So I'm going to have to learn how to manipulate that part a little bit more. And if you guys have suggestions too, then we could try to implement that. Winning a battle restored 1 resolve. Good. Oh, wait. Pick the loot you want to keep. Yeah, okay, so we get both. Chamber. Gain 4 defense. At the start of your next turn, gain 2 combos. So we could start to see some of this combo stuff happening. 4 bleed is no joke. So they would go 4, 2, 1. So that's like 7 damage in addition over 3 turns. Or wind up. If we discard this, increase the damage of this card by 4 until played and return it to your hand. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Try and negotiate with the dogs with an intelligent argument. Bro, you'd be surprised how intelligent my dogs are, okay? You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. The bodies are growing ripe and more scavengers are sure to be on their way. Best to cut while you're ahead. No, I'm just kidding. My dogs are very simple. But I love them. Those are my simple pups. Just bark. You know, on an unrelated note, Walter is starting to chill out on the barking, which is real nice, by the way. He's starting to get more like... Unless like, you know, unless a train goes by, somebody knocks on the door, there's a loud noise, there's something he doesn't like. You know, a plethora of other things that might cause him to bark, but otherwise he doesn't bark at all. It's great. Okay, let's go back here and grab this middleman quest. Let's see, 70 shills, get a bonus payment of 30. This will let us remove a card, but we don't actually need to start removing cards yet, I don't think. Let's go middleman. How loud can the little guy bark? Oh, are you serious? He has the most ear-piercingly loud bark. The most ear-piercingly loud bark ever heard. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Goad, civilian foreman, comes stumbling towards you, clutching his gut like it might fall out. He's covered in some goo. Your wife thought it would be fun to teach your dogs to bark on command. I would never want to teach the speak command. Only because I feel like it would backfire, because then he would figure out that if he barks, he gets a treat, regardless if I say it or not. Please help me. Hold on, what's happening? Spree. A loosely organized collection of bandits, crime rings, and illegal debt brokers. They're trying to kill me. Please, there ain't no one else who can help. Hide him until the danger passes. Agree to protect him or leave him. So I'm guessing this is a way to build relationship with him, right? Oh, cool. They have death loot, so whenever you murder him... Oh, that's cool. I haven't run into a character that I hate yet. So I want to be friends with all of them, I think. I think we'll hide him. That seems safest. Hide in the tree line. I'll keep them busy. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I bet you if we pick the other option where he agreed to defend him, then we both fight. And now I think I probably have to fight on my own. So I've made it more difficult. He hobbles his way to the tree line and gets out of sight just in time. The spree are punctual, especially when there's a trail of blood to follow. Hey, you looking for trouble? Oh, cool. Okay, so never mind. Okay. So it turned from, because of that choice that we made, now we get to do like we could give up gold, but we're not going to. So now we get into like a negotiation, or we could have gone into a battle. That's the difference. Teach bark on command so you can continue with the stop barking command. That's my fear though. When we got Walter, he started barking and we were like, uh-oh, this is a problem. And for the first like week when I would try to record, he was not what you see here today. This was not what he was doing. He was sitting there, and if I wasn't giving him attention, he would bark at me while I was recording. Not cool. I was really stressed. I was like, I cannot have a dog that barks. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Okay, let's trick him. Not me, friend. I'm just minding my own business. Now that you mention it, I did see a weeping wretch head off in the other direction. Easy pickings for you, I imagine. Is that so? Okay. You guys may have noticed too, outside of combat, in the top left, we have a day counter, and I believe a run is like 5 days. So I don't know what like triggers the next day or anything like that, but we'll get into it. High maintenance puppy, yeah. But you know what? He's worked out really well. So this shows our grafts up here. So we have, at the start of your turn, steal up to 4 composure from a random enemy argument. Okay, so he doesn't have any composure. That's fine. He or she. The core argument is short fuse. Whenever you shuffle your deck, Teak gains impatience. And impatience means the owner's intents and arguments deploy with +2 damage. Owner's arguments deploy with +2 resolve. But we'll be able to... Well, yeah, okay, I don't know. This might be challenging. Let's go defense here so we can negate any of this. I think we'll go for some threaten. And low blow. We might as well play it. Unless we want to improvise a card. Let's go low blow. And check here. So see how this upgrade progress is happening? You level cards like just by playing them. That's super cool. So there's going to be situations where it just makes sense to not even play the right card for the situation. Maybe take a bit of damage or whatever, and just to like level up your cards. You know what? Let's do quick thinking. Oh, that's not going to help us. Incept 1 flustered. Incept. This is added to your opponent's arguments. Reduces their damage by 33%. Reduced by 1 at the end of the owner's turn. That wouldn't really help us here because we have the block. None of these really help us, actually. Because I don't have any actions to play them. So... I guess we'll throw this one on. So... Well, I guess if we would have played that first, we could have used this, and then, depending on the situation, maybe have to play less composure cards. Are you guys freaking messing with the camera, or what? Okay, no other arguments in here yet. Ooh, I think influence here would be good. Gain 1 influence. And destroy this card permanently after 3 uses. I could go like double influence here. Oh, right. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Maybe I do. Hold on a second. Let's see. So that just means it's going to last longer now. Yeah. Okay. No, that works because you can stack it. That's cool. I like that, man. I guess I should do this so I don't take any more. Yeah, let's mitigate some damage here. Okay. How does this compare to Monster Train? Oh, it's totally different. I wouldn't even compare them, to be honest with you. When a hostility card is played, increase count by 1. Adds 1 damage to all intents. And then here, this one's invulnerable, so I can't destroy it. Teak's intents and arguments deploy with +2 damage. This is going to occur in 1 turn. Okay, so we have to really output damage here. The damage of the next card played this turn is doubled. Does this only apply to the other red cards? Nope. Should we gamble? Should we gamble here to try and roll high? The thing is, I would have to roll 6 or greater because of these other cards to make that like worth my while. I could just destroy this argument as well. But we're not taking any damage this turn. Oh yeah, no, he is. He's going for this argument. Okay, right. Okay, that's cool. He can take that argument. I'm not concerned about that. I'm gonna go damage here. I love that you have these like sub arguments. That's really neat. Hey, Cooler Man, what's up, buddy? You can say hello from your mom. Absolutely. Okay, if we roll really low on both of these cards, that's gonna be sad. Okay, well, I need a 2. I need a 2 real bad. Oh my God. No! Well, that was unlucky. So we either take 13 or we take 10. Both are bad. I think we go... Oh, I screwed up. I should have played this first. Oh, but actually, this is fine. This is fine, chat. This is fine. Everything's good. Okay, this does 2 damage. We're laughing. Totally planned it perfectly. Thanks. I should have played it first. Okay, hard facts. Apply 2 composure to a random argument. Increase by 1 for each card played this turn. Brainstorm, draw 3 cards. Or another evil eye. This is pretty good. Evil eye is pretty nice. Especially with something like low blow. But that's really our highest damage output. Otherwise, the range is not that great. Maybe we could draw Brainstorm so that we get more options. I'm hoping that there's ways to increase our actions though, because we're really limited by that. 2 composure to a random argument. If we play that at the end of our hand, we're essentially going to get 4 composure. Let's go Brainstorm in case we just get a bad card draw. There are ways to increase your action. Okay. Have you played this, Fireworks? Can I get a... If you've played this game, can you just drop like a I've played it in chat so that when I see your suggestions, I can really consider them? No problem, scum. Gold comes out of hidings once Tika's left. Thank you so much. You saved my life there. You better love me for this, bro. Vanthorn's played. These arguments about argument mechanics are very meta. Yeah, seriously. Get you somewhere safe. Let's go. Okay. So Goat is hurt. Take them to Better Living Chemists to get help. So here's day 1. It says we're at 0% progress. That's not a good sign. This is like our party, I guess. Now, I wonder if I keep him with me to do other quests, then does he become like, does he start attacking and fighting as well? Do I put his life at risk? Word is Lily would sell her own grandmother if he thought he could buy her back at half price next week. Keep your distance. Never know who you can trust out here. Lily's heard the bandits are coming to rob his store and is looking to help defend his property. This will get us to remove a card. These are way out of our price range. Okay. I kind of want to see what happens if we have this guy in our party. I imagine he would fight with us. Looked like you could cut it. One of those spree types was sniffing around my shop yesterday like they were casing the joint, you know? I got my guard to chase them out, but I know how those scum operate. They'll be back. Lee has heard that the bands are coming to rob his store. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, he only has 10 health. I know. That's the concern. Apply 2 bleed whenever you hit a target with an attack for the rest of the turn. Draw 3 cards, gain 2 counter. Counters deal 1 damage back to the enemy when hit. Remove all counter at the beginning of your turn. Now we don't have a finisher, right? But the game is throwing a lot of combo cards at us, and I wonder if I should just try this. Early on, it's not going to do anything, but if we find more combo cards, that could be nice. Or we could go with more, we can go bleed. Bleed could work. Because if we play this first and then follow up, it could be pretty solid. Where'd that excellent voice acting go? Didn't you hear it? I'm just the narrator. Not sure what they said to her yesterday, but she's been acting strange ever since. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, he is with me. Tell him we're ready. Get some supplies. He's a wealthy civilian merchant. Let's see what we can get out of him. What's cool is like you're not just battling and negotiating with like enemies. You know what I mean? Like it's just part of like developing relationship with people, getting what you want out of them, manipulating them. You want something for free? Oh, wait a second. So we got an extra action there. Is that because we have our buddy? So maybe more party members means more actions. Interesting. Okay. So his core argument is called proposition. He's going to add a kickback card to my draw pile at the end of Lily's turn. And it's a card we can play for free to deal damage, but we have to pay. So, kind of rough. Let's go composure here. And then, ugh. I hate to play this so early. This will just make sure that we deal a full 3 damage. But then we can play both, and we can even play this one too. Yeah, let's do it. And then we can do the evil eye to double one of these. Just activated his trap card. Too easy, Vin. This guy should sound like Stallone. I don't do a good Stallone. Okay, so the actions was only +1 for the first round. Okay. So he's trying to destroy this argument. Which only has 1 count left anyway. I could try and defend it, but there's nothing I can really gain from that. So I think we'll just play like... I think we'll just play both of these. We get lucky, we can roll high here. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not going to pay my 5 shills because I'm cheap. Thing's gone anyway, so might as well just play it. If he destroys your argument, did you take damage? No. You only take damage. This is your core. This is the only thing that impacts your like your overall composure or your overall resolve. So if he destroys this, then it's gone and it doesn't give us that buff anymore. Oh, right. And the count is just how many times it's happening. I think this stays alive until the resolve is gone. I think we can kill him here. When destroyed, Sal gains draw 1 extra card at the start of your turn. But why would I kill that? I need to roll a 2. This will get it for us anyways. Okay. Doing okay, you just had a little bit of a headache. Oh man. Headaches are the worst. Target argument loses 2 resolve and you gain 2 resolve. Expend. You can only use this once per negotiation. Lose influence. There it is. Do you hear the barking? There it is. The doorbell rang. I like that this is free, but I don't like that you lose an influence. That seems to be working for us. Target argument loses 2 resolve. You gain 2 resolve. You guys think we should just take the shills here? Sounds like an inflatable chicken. I mean, yeah, you're not totally off there, Vin. You're not totally off. Wouldn't it be better to threaten first to maybe level it up? Yeah, probably. There's still like, there's a lot of efficiencies that I'm going to have to learn as we go, for sure. Shills? Yeah, I think shills too. Nothing really like blows me away here. Fine, you can pick one thing from my stock. So I think that's worth. Seeing how these costs before were like kind of insane. Wasn't this like 150 shills? This is a one-time use. I don't know how strong it is, but it's rare, so I feel like that's what I should take. Summons a combat drone to fight for you. You get an extra draw when you pull this. You can only use it once. This is a big heal. Restores health up to max. This is destroyed after 1 use, and same with this. Piercing ignores damage blocked by defense. I kind of want to see what the combat drone does. These are all destroy after 1 use anyway. This was the most expensive. So let's go. Salve in case you need to heal teammate. Pfft. Teammates. Come on. Okay, I'm ready. Hide under the counter. When I give the word, come out stabbing. I won't take that literally, but you got it. Wanted approaches Lily. This is crazy, Lily. We can't beat the spree even with this grifter's help. I'm out of here, and if you had any sense at all, you would be too. Moated makes for the exit, leaving nothing but a grim feeling behind. You wedge yourself under the counter, and Lily pulls a sheet over you. Time passes. You hear customers come and go, the wheels of commerce spinning above your head. Just as your leg is starting to cramp, you hear something loud and angry come through the door. You miss me? That's like my one voice for all these guys, okay? That's gonna be my one voice. I see what I mean, guys. This shopkeeper is incorrigible. Looks like we're gonna have to teach him a lesson. Now we're gonna come out with the stabby stabbies. Got a lesson for you. Billy kicks you under the counter. This would be your cue. Yeah, we'll fight. That way, we'll get him to like us. Brought himself a bodyguard. Plus, we have tons of health, so. Cute. Scram Grifter, or we'll gut you where you stand. Okay, he's gonna fight with us. Hi, fellow uncle. There's Uncle Pete and Uncle Carp. Who's the ultimate uncle, though? Place your bets.